Okay, so cholesterol. As I said in my salt and hydration video, cholesterol and salt got blamed for what carbohydrates and processed food did to American health. When it comes to research, most of it can be thrown out the window. Number one reason being that many studies are performed on animals that don't have the same physiological function as humans. Many of them are vegetarians that don't take in a lot of cholesterol in their diet and are greatly affected by even just a small increase of cholesterol intake. Second big reason is that a lot of studies on the safety of food was done by the companies that sell them, which at best is a conflict of interest and at worst is extremely untrustworthy. Of the reliable studies, increasing and decreasing cholesterol in the diet actually didn't have a significant impact on cholesterol levels. One may even say that cholesterol may not in fact be the problem. In fact, here's how important cholesterol is. It is used to support cellular membranes, it's used to make up hormones, it helps your body produce bile to be able to digest fats, it helps your body produce vitamin D, it is used to protect your intestinal tract, it is important to repairing damaged cells, it plays a vital role in combating inflammation, and most importantly, it makes up 25% of the human brain. Lowering cholesterol can actually contribute to neurodegeneration. The relationship between cholesterol to heart disease has never been fully clear other than that it is present in atherosclerosis. But the question is how or why. I'll go over that in a minute, but first, atherosclerosis is more likely a result of low amounts of copper. High-fat diets tend to have higher amounts of zinc and lower amounts of copper, and copper and zinc compete for receptors. One big study showed that copper played a significant role in improving neurological function in Alzheimer's patients, and another showed a decrease in atherosclerosis, which again you may remember from my diabetes video that Alzheimer's is known as type 3 diabetes. So the problem isn't necessarily that the increase in fat or even the increase in sodium for that matter, it's more likely a deficiency of copper. Biotics Cu-Zyme may be a supplement you want to incorporate if you are worried about heart issues. But let's go over a few other things when it comes to cholesterol. When we're talking about lab work, most doctors are staring at the HDL and LDL ratio. HDL, or high density lipoprotein, and LDL, low density lipoprotein, are basically fat transporters. You've heard that fat and water don't mix. Well, this is no exception. In order for cholesterol to enter the bloodstream, it needs something to carry it, i.e. LDL. So this is what doctors are looking at. If they see a lot of LDLs in the blood, they assume large amounts of cholesterol. Problem with this is that just because LDL is present doesn't mean we know how much cholesterol there is. Staring down at a highway and guessing how many people are riding in each car, so you can't necessarily consider it bad. And again, cholesterol has many important functions, so it's more important as to where it ends up and not simply that it's highly prevalent. LDL carries triglycerides and other useful material to cells to provide energy and to help repair damage. LDL will go up in a high-fat diet because it has to carry more and function more, but again, that doesn't make it bad. LDL will also go up if there's high amounts of inflammation in the body because again, LDL carries cholesterol and useful materials that contribute to the healing process. More inflammation, there's going to be more LDL. That's like coming home to a house on fire and seeing a fireman putting out the fire and then blaming the fireman for starting the fire. So again, you may be thinking if cholesterol is so good, then why is it being blamed for atherosclerosis? I can't tell you why it's being blamed, but I can tell you how LDL and cholesterol contribute to atherosclerosis. Maybe you already guessed it, but it's the inflammation. In our blood vessels, there's a layer called the glycocalyx. It's the first line of defense within arteries. Inflammation and oxidative stress destroy the glycocalyx. LDL and cholesterol arrive on scene to repair the damage and then move on. One study showed following a high carbohydrate meal, the glycocalyx was completely destroyed. Are you seeing it now? It's not the damage or the repair that are the problem, it's the chronicity of it. Repeatedly doing this again and again over and over are what eventually lead to that atherosclerosis buildup. Because eventually, the cholesterol and LDL get trapped in the repair process. Think of atherosclerosis as scar tissue for repeatedly damaged blood cells. There are a few factors that play a role in reducing cholesterol levels. However, we just went over a ton of reasons why cholesterol is so important for our bodies. So you really shouldn't go around trying to lower your cholesterol levels unless there's a significant disease process that calls for it. If you want a healthy cholesterol balance in the body, then intake good healthy fats and decrease your carbohydrate intake and make sure your zinc to copper ratio is within a 5:1 ratio. If there is a significant disease process going on, here are a few tips. Number one is phospholipids, particularly lecithin, is effective at lowering cholesterol. Be careful with this though, because too much lecithin can actually cause problems. If you intake a lot of vitamin C, ascorbic acid has been shown to decrease copper, which results in higher amounts of cholesterol. Number 3, hypothyroid. The thyroid plays a key role in biosecretion, which breaks down fats. So taking a look at the thyroid function can be beneficial for decreasing cholesterol levels. And then lastly, fiber. Fiber is shown to decrease cholesterol levels by altering intestinal absorption, metabolism, and cholesterol release. It also alters hepatic function in terms of metabolism and cholesterol release, and alteration in the peripheral metabolism of lipoproteins. Most likely, fiber has a protecting effect in the gut, so it is decreasing the inflammation and damage done to the gut as to not need cholesterol and lipoproteins for their anti-inflammatory and healing process effects. But that's it, folks. Not a lot of fancy supplement fixes for cholesterol, just a lot more of the regular recommendations. Thanks for listening.